What's good, YouTube, man? It's the Realhooptalks podcast. We are back, man. Talk to me. How you feeling, Mikey, man?
Yeah, man, it's cold as hell outside, snowy days, back to it. But, I'm feeling good. I had a great night last night. I had a great night last night. I just want to put out, I had the best night of my life last night.
What was great about it?
Great night.
Lakers lost by 23, or they blew a 23-point lead. What's great about last night?
NBA right now? I'm not talking about NBA right now. My night carried on to today, and I'm having a good day. Just left the gym, put some shots up. I got through class. I'm feeling good because I had a great night. Nobody talking about NBA right now? I don't even know why you brought it up.
Last week you opened this up talking about how you love this time of year, how it's spring and it's nice outside.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about it's snowing.
Yeah, that's Cleveland.
That's Cleveland.
That's Cleveland for you, isn't it? That's Cleveland for you.
That's good to hear, man.
It's good to hear. How about you?
No.
Man? How you feeling? You got some
I'm dealing with girlfriend issues right
I
now.
wonder why.
Some anger management issues. I don't know. I guess women.
Yeah,
Always an issue.
women. Well, I don't know about you. I love my girlfriend. So. Don't know about you.
You happy or something? What happened to the? Never mind. Because the mic that originally got on this podcast isn't the same mic. The mic from October when we started this is not the same mic from right now, bro.
Bro, people change, bro.
I guess people change.
Your mindset changed, bro. You can change so much in 2 days. I changed a lot in a span of 2 months.
What happened to the old mic?
You don't want the old mic. I don't want the old mic. No one wants the old.
At least everybody booed up, man, except for Kyler, man. What even to talk about, man?
Devin Booker, man.
We talking about D-Book first?
And look, I don't know what he thought he was doing last night. He came out 22 in the first quarter. Look, you can use all this as fuel as to be an MVP discussion, but I'm sorry, but I don't care if you drop 40.
All right, so let's talk about this. Let's talk
in the
about
discussion. You're just not.
You all that don't know. It's like
he's not in the discussion. He's not.
7 games left in the season, man. D-Book. Isaiah Thomas made some comments. D-Book, he came back with some facts. He said they changed the criteria depending on the name. That is facts. So talk to me, man. You feel like, is D-Book an MVP? Is he an MVP candidate?
Yeah.
And what is a candidate to you? Because in the beginning of this podcast, top 5 wasn't a candidate.
Never said it wasn't. Never said it wasn't.
Yes, you did when I was arguing for Chris Paul.
Never said it wasn't.
You are a hypocrite.
Never said it wasn't. So you're telling me you have to be a finalist to be considered a candidate?
That's what you said.
You're too harsh. A finalist?
You said that, not me. I thought top 5 was MVP candidates.
That read top 5, and you wanna know who just eclipsed into the top 4? Who I said should get recognition? Jason Tatum, who we'll talk about later in this pod. But go on. No, Devin Booker, he's having a great year, bro. He's probably, a lot of people are starting to say he's the best shooting guard in the league, which is also nonsense. But
it depends. What's a shooting guard?
James
the only other competition I can think about is
James Harden,
Jimmy Butler. Is James Harden considered I didn't know. Is he considered a shooting guard? Because he was considered a point guard in Brooklyn, his official position.
I guess his official position is a point guard, but I would say shooting guard. But I don't know.
If James is actually a point guard, in which does Tyrese Maxey start?
Yeah,
he should be a shooting guard. Then he should be a second best, hands down.
Yeah,
no, second or third. I don't know about Jimmy Butler.
Well, I thought Jimmy Butler was a forward, but
this shit is annoying, bro.
I thought he was. I don't know. The position.
He might be.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's always changing, bro. But I don't.
Anyways,
and I think he got a point though. How it changes depending on what the name is.
I mean, he does because like
it's an every year thing where that has been the case, except for maybe the last 2 to 3.
Where has what been the case?
The best player on the best team gets the MVP.
But has it really?
Yes, Curry got it averaging under 20. He averaged 23.8 and got the MVP.
Well, they won 73 games that year. That's different.
That was 2015. That was 2015. Yeah.
Okay, who
He
who else was
he didn't
like?
play much for. He didn't play much fourth quarters though.
Who else was in like contention? Probably Harden, LeBron.
James Harden, LeBron.
Right. Okay.
A lot of it though, I think they gave him kudos because a lot of it is he didn't play many fourth quarters. The Warriors was just routinely blowing teams out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it has been like that. KD got his one when they was the number one seed. LeBron's got multiple as the number one seed. Outside of fucking Russ and Jokic, everybody else who got it was a top 2, top 3 seed. It was only this year when all 3 of our finalists isn't top 3. Well, I guess Milwaukee and Philadelphia fighting for that 2/3 spot. But for the most part, our top 3 finalists haven't been top 3 seeds the entire year. I remember I was looking at our episodes at one point. Philadelphia, we were talking about is Philadelphia going to be in the play-in, and Embiid was still, and this was before the James Harden trade, obviously, and Embiid was still a MVP candidate. The fucking Nuggets is one game out of the play-in their damn selves, and Jokic is leading for MVP. The Bucks have been in between the 4th and 6th seed all year, and Giannis has been an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
When the Warriors was the number 1 seed, Steph was leading it up to January. Best player on the number 1 seed. But now that it's Devin Booker, it's an issue because he's not a superstar.
I guess he has a point. Now that I do look at it and think about it, I guess the best player on the best team, or at least a top 3 team in their respectable conference, is usually at least a candidate or considered, or most of the time wins it. With the exception of Jokic last year. What were they? No, actually they were.
They were a 5th
No, they were
seed.
3rd.
And then,
no, they were 6th.
they were 6th, so they matched up against Portland.
Portland was 3rd? No. They were 3rd. They were 3rd.
Let me see.
Yeah, Jokic was 3rd.
NBA standings 2021. They might have been 3rd. Was he?
Yeah, he was 3rd.
Well, I don't feel like they wasn't.
He was 3rd.
Probably was the way they stumped on the Trailblazers, but this ain't the episode about Dame. Yeah, they was 3rd. Damn, they was top of 4. I guess you got a point there.
Yeah, so
Top 3.
top 3. It's usually a top 3. I mean, it does change because we want to see superstars win, like you said. Devin Booker's number.
I think that's kind of where the rule is set, though. I think that's a superstar thing.
Yeah, like if you're top 3.
Because the 76ers was the number 1 seed last year, and Joel didn't win it, even though he was a candidate.
Yeah.
I think I think that should just be a superstar thing, where superstars that is the number 1 seed should be an MVP finalist or candidate at the least. I just don't think that Devin Booker is really on the level of the people we are saying is MVPs, and I think it'd be a tragedy if we gave it to somebody that's not a superstar, especially in the day and age where we don't talk about anything but legacy 75% of the year, anyways.
Yeah, like,
do we really want to see another year of Embiid possibly not getting it? And especially if he lost it over somebody like Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Or DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, so I think he has a point. Like, I mean, the criteria changes due to superstars. As long as it fits the superstars and the way they get it. I mean, but like you said, when you line up, I mean, should he deserve it more? Okay, he's not getting a vote over Joel, Giannis, Jokic. You can make an argument for Tatum. You can make an argument for Ja. You can still make an argument for DeMar DeRozan. But I understand they got other key additions, but they're currently the 5th seed. They've been losing. They're still the 5th seed. Last year, they weren't even the play-in.
Like, they're 0-16 against top 3 seeds.
They're the 5th seed, though. And last year, they weren't in the play-in. You got to take that into consideration. I'm just saying, that's considered.
So you telling me you get DeMar over Booker for MVP? I understand that this award is kind of narrative driven too. That may take like 15-20% of the vote. And honestly, the narrative isn't there. I think I was playing about it in the group chat yesterday or the other day. We're all not going to forget what the Suns was before Chris Paul came, whether they was undefeated in the bubble or not. We're not going to forget it. We're not going to act like Chris Paul didn't come and they went to the finals. So I just feel like until we see a full season of no Chris Paul and all Devin Booker, he's never going to get any MVP votes.
That too.
Ever.
Because like I said on TikTok, check out my TikTok. It's an argument that can be made that he's not even the most valuable player on his team. So like, and now you're
maybe
trying
we
to
better
bring
next
in
year.
the MVP combo. I don't know. I mean, even Luka. mean, I would give it to Luka over him. Luka's been killing, and he's not been getting any attention. And they're
In terms of value, he definitely does deserve some more votes.
and they're the 4th seed, I believe, and he doesn't even have a true. Who's the second best player? Spencer Dinwiddie, like
Jalen Brunson.
Like he doesn't even have a true second best player. So, and he has them as his 4th seed, which is kind of crazy. But
they gonna end up. Hey, they might end up being a top 3 seed.
they have a chance.
The Warriors, they 2 games behind the Warriors, and the Warriors is now 1-5 without Curry. 7 games left. So Curry's supposed to be out the rest of the season. Luka might end up being a top 3 seed. MVP Luka?
You can see it, man. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming soon. But he's been playing great. He ain't been getting no notice. But even
I think he deserves. Hey, I honestly would take him over D Book for MVP voting too. I thought about it. At first, I was saying like in the group chat, max spot for him should be maybe at 4 spot, like.
But it should really be like 6.
Really minimal.
7. That's what I would say.
But now that I think about it, I would probably give Luka that MVP over Devin Booker. He got like 5 other people giving him 10 plus a game. It's not like if he missed a game and Chris Paul played, they would magically become some ordinary average team. They'd still be the number 1 seed winning games.
If you take Luka off that team, they're not making the play-in. There's no way they make the play-in in the West.
I don't know what the Suns going to do, man. This DeAndre Ayton situation warming up too, though. We haven't talked about it much, but it's a real possibility that DeAndre Ayton is like gone this year, like after this year.
What, does he want money?
He wants money and he wants to spread out his offensive game, and the Suns don't want him to. Like, he wants to develop a pick and pop. He wants to start shooting threes, getting the ball more, ball in the post, and the Suns just don't got the possessions for it. So he's supposed to be possibly on the move to go, and because of JaVale McGee being good. In which, maybe if that happened and he got more touches, then we may see Devin Booker average 30 points, 28 points a game, hopefully. I don't know if that would make a difference. You think if Devin Booker was averaging 30 this year, he'd be MVP?
Yeah. MVP, not necessarily MVP, but he would definitely get more recognition. Yeah, definitely.
I still don't think he'd win it, bro.
Yeah.
Especially, it's just like the 3 people ahead of him is so, like, more than just a one-dimensional player. And that's not to say Devin Booker does nothing but score, because he's a good playmaker. He's a pretty average/good defender. But it's like Giannis is an elite offensive player and defensive player. Joel is an elite offensive player and defensive player. Jokic is just doing things we've never seen before from centers. Elite playmaker. The whole offense is ran through him every single possession. He's touching the ball, making passes, making plays. And even on the defensive side, he's still a good rim protector against players that isn't named Giannis or Joel Embiid. Devin Booker is just a 5 assists per game, 26 points type of guy. And those are not MVPs. I don't think Steve Nash should have got those MVPs. I think they could have found somebody else. I ain't going to take it away from him. And I don't think Derrick Rose should have got that MVP either. I think those are just narrative driven.
Yeah, my thing is the reasoning was so bad. Just because you're the best player on the best team doesn't mean you should automatically. I just don't believe that. Not all the time. A lot of times, yes. Not all the times, no. Because like you said, look at the players that are above him. They're just so miles over him. I believe Luka, miles over him. Joel Embiid, miles over him. Giannis, Jokic, miles over him. Make an argument for Ja. Not necessarily miles over him, but you can make an argument for Ja. But that 17-2 deal with Ja, I don't know. That'll hurt his MVP case. But even though like I don't like when people try to say, "Oh, use it to discredit players," but when you look at it, if your team can play 20 games and win 17 of them without you,
break a couple records. I ain't forgetting that, bro.
I don't know. That makes it hard for you to be the MVP, bro. So yeah, but
I just hate seeing it wasted on players like Devin Booker when there's players that haven't even got it yet, like Joel Embiid. Like, I think about this all the time when talking about Kobe, and I know I shouldn't be looking this far into the future with stuff like this, but, like, do you know how much of a travesty it'd be if Joel Embiid just played 3 MVP seasons in a row and didn't get one?
So you think he's
At least Harden got one, because Harden really deserved at least one over Giannis, and I think I would have gave it to him in 2015 over Steph. At least he got his one. We may not see Joel Embiid get an MVP, especially with his injury history. So maybe I'm just looking too forward in the future and thinking about legacies and stuff. But, like, example, Kobe. we all know that Kobe was a better player over Steve Nash. But aside the whole 7th seed thing, Kobe wasn't even a finalist that year. Like, he was not top 3 in MVP vote, and I think it really hurt his all-time case. So I just don't feel like it's really useful giving it to Devin Booker whatsoever. He hasn't played like it. It wouldn't do much for his legacy if he got one, because I'm pretty sure we'd all still not see him as a superstar, universally, at least majority of us. What does Devin Booker gain out of this? And then at that, his team is well coached. Before Chris Paul got there, he didn't even sniff a 10th seed. What would be the purpose?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
There's
know.
no gain in it.
You can't really use, like, what would it do for him? What would it do for his legacy as a reason to, like, not give it to him? I don't know.
I was just thinking in perspective of others. Like, it just seems more to me like it'd be more. What's the antonym for satisfaction? Maybe more people upset than happy with Devin Booker getting an MVP.
Yeah.
Around the league and from fans. Because it's just like, we've never done this before where it's 9-10 games left in the season and now we want to bring attention that someone is an MVP candidate.
Especially when they're not a superstar or known universally as a superstar. Like Embiid, known as a superstar universally. No one doesn't think Giannis isn't a superstar. No one doesn't think Jokic isn't a superstar. No, like, yeah. When you look
Especially
at
from
winners have been superstars. I can't think of a winner who won it that wasn't a superstar at the time, at least.
It just doesn't happen. And then, like, I was thinking from a casual perspective too, like people that don't ordinarily watch basketball all year, every year. What the fuck would they think if they heard Devin Booker win the MVP? Over, not LeBron, not Jokic, not Embiid, not Giannis, not James Harden. Devin Booker.
So you going for like?
I'm just saying in general, it's just it's way too late. B, when you say most valuable player, I just kind of get choked up with this team not making the playoffs until Chris Paul comes. And that narrative is going to stay until CP3 retires.
It is.
Especially with the fact that before he came, what he did for the Thunder. So it doesn't look like he was just a missing piece. It looked like he is the piece.
Yeah. I agree.
So I think Devin Booker's just going to have to wait, which may be good. A couple more years under Chris Paul, CP3 retires, and now he's a great, I don't want to say two-way, but great two-guard.
I think it could happen. Because even when Chris Paul retires, because they have a really good team. Even when Chris Paul retires, I think they will still be, maybe not necessarily the first seed. They definitely will still be in the playoffs. I would say that.
You think they will be top 3? That's a long time from now, though.
Well, is it?
What, 2 more
Chris Paul
years?
wins the ring this year. Might run it back next year. Loot. Like, I'm just saying.
2 years. 2 years is a long time. A lot could happen.
Oh, 2 years is a long. Oh, if 2 years is a long time, then yeah, it is.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of teams that, like, if they lose CP3, they lose him probably for nothing if he retired.
Right. And
even if DeAndre Ayton didn't come back, and this is my thing with the Grizzlies too, bro. I'm not trying to hate on them, but I'm just doing to them what y'all did to the Suns last year.
No. Stop. Because you said I was told that injuries happen. I was told that injuries, we don't take away for injuries. That's what I was told.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, can this Suns team really mess with a Lakers team that's functioning, whether that's with or without Russ? Team we won with a possibly healthy AD. Can this team mess with the 8th seeded Clippers once they get their top 3 players back? Is this team messing with the Golden State Warriors when they're finally healthy? Is they even fucking with the Nuggets?
That's a legit question.
If you ask me, this just looks like the same story from possibly last year with the top 2 seeds. A bunch of the other contenders is injured at the same time, which leaves a door open for teams that wouldn't normally make it, like the Suns or Grizzlies.
I didn't think of that. I thought you were going to
say nobody has been healthy.
I thought you were going to say the only reason the Grizzlies are top 2 because of injuries. That's what I.
And I ain't gonna straight say that because they have played better. Desmond Bane improved a lot from last season. Jaren Jackson Jr. got healthy, and he's a possible DPOY candidate. Ja, we all know Ja emerged. He went off, so I ain't gonna just say that it's all because of injuries. I still think they wouldn't be in the play, and they'd be like top 4, top 5. But the number 2 seed, Mike, the Dallas Mavericks are about to be a 3 seed.
Yeah.
This is just an injury-filled West, and that's just how I feel until next year. When we see Wiseman back, Curry's healthy, Clay's back, got his legs under him, Draymond's being the top 25 player Draymond is, MPJ and Murray is back. The Lakers find out what they're doing with the Russ and Anthony Davis and LeBron and hopefully a whole new supporting cast. This is just a case of a bunch of teams being hurt and the Suns being like this, which is another reason why I feel like Devin Booker shouldn't be MVP. Because it would be a tragedy if next year the Suns wasn't a top 3 seed.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that would show,
It'd be a waste of
a lot. That would show a lot.
It would be a waste of MVP season.
Well, they were. Teams were pretty healthy. Who wasn't healthy last year in the regular season?
Damn, what seed was the Lakers last year? They was in the play-in? Was the Lakers in the play-in?
They were 7th.
Yeah, that means the Suns was 2nd. I got it right here.
The Lakers, they had some injuries, dealt with them. Yeah.
The Suns was the 2nd seed. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who was injured last year. Oh, Jamal Murray was hurt. The Lakers dealt with injuries. LeBron.
Murray was hurt. The Warriors was hurt.
Oh, the Warriors. Warriors was hurt. Warriors, Lakers, Nuggets. That's 3 teams right there. That's almost half the playoffs, half the top 8.
I just think that'd be a tragedy to give him this MVP, and then everybody comes back, and the Suns are back to being either, I want to say not making the playoffs, obviously, but first and / second round exits, in which they was the entire thousands with Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Back to just getting bounced in the first round.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. The Clippers going to be so good.
They're my pick for next year, and I'm standing on that shit. I don't know how they got Norman Powell like that, but they did.
Clippers going to be so tough, bro.
My boy Kawhi finna be top 20. My nigga Kawhi. Bro, hey, it kept getting reported today. Devin Booker has more all-time points than Kawhi Leonard.
That's crazy.
Kawhi has 11,000 points.
That's crazy. Bro, underwhelming, man.
He don't take this shit serious, bro. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that he just doesn't care, bro.
Underwhelming, bro.
So to top it off, Devin Booker's my MVP, and he deserves. I don't even know. Would you think he's top 5? Where would you put him on your MVP candidacy list?
I would say Jokic or Embiid is 1 and 2. Giannis 3. Luka 4.
Don't do it, bro.
Tatum.
Don't say it, bro.
Tatum.
Fucking God, bro.
5.
This is an all-year award. Like, and I understand the Celtics was going through horrible times. They fan base
seed.
They was terribly upset, like in the early January when it was like a 7th, 8th seed. So I understand everybody's happy to see Tatum being good and their team finally rise to that 1st seed. But cut this shit out. This is an all-year award. This is not no fucking sympathy contest. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. Oh, LeBron came back from 3-1. Oh, the Bucks came back from 0-2 twice. The Clippers did the same thing. And I'm tired of this shit. They got themselves in this situation, so I'm not going to praise them for climbing themselves out of a hole that they made.
He climbed from the 11th seed to the 8th to the 1st seed because of him.
You want sympathy because you were asked the entire first 2-3 months of the season? I'm supposed to give you cheers because you played good after that.
He climbed from the 11th seed all the way to the 1st seed. There's no way he's not MVP getting MVP votes. No way. No way.
This is not a sympathy contest.
No way.
That's my issue. It's not a sympathy contest. So you think people should be rewarded? So Tatum played underwhelming the entire first 3 months of the season. October, November, December. We was on this bitch talking about how Tatum. He took not a step back, but he's been inefficient. The Celtics are losing. It's been a disappointing season. So they come back after the All-Star break thinking shit is finna be sweet. No, you don't come back whether you can play like the Bulls in 98. You do not just play as 3 months of the season and play good the last 2 or 3 months and think that's your MVP candidate. Or should at least be top 5. No, you shouldn't. Did we see Luka go through that? Because he was still dropping numbers while being 20 plus more pounds. We haven't seen Giannis play bad this season. We haven't seen Joel play bad this season. We saw Joel carry, and we haven't seen Jokic play bad this season. But just because it's Jason Tatum and he's light-skinned and we want to see a sympathetic story, he's an MVP candidate over someone who was the 1 seed / 2 seed all year.
Let's see. 27 a game, a career high. Career high in 2-point percentage. Okay. Same free throw percentage, dropped in 3-point percentage, a 0.9 drop in field goal percentage. Looking like Tatum is Tatum to me. 8 rebounds a game. Oh, that's a career high. 4.3 assists so far this year, 4.3 assists last year. That's a career high as well. Looks like Tatum didn't regress. Looks like he got better. Would you believe it?
I didn't say he did regress.
It looked like he got better.
He did drop his field goal percentage. That's all I know.
He dropped 0.9%. Stop it.
That's not a drop.
Stop it. Don't start.
That's not a drop.
Don't start. Because then you're gonna don't start.
That's not a drop.
No, don't start. Not today. I can't. Not today.
I'm just saying. Him over Devin
let's
Booker.
see who else dropped.
Devin Booker.
Okay, Giannis.
Asinine.
Giannis dropped. He's shooting 55%.
What's wrong with that?
Last year he shot 57. Okay.
2%.
Okay.
What does Giannis have to do with this?
All I know is Jason Tatum is currently the 1st seed. He was 11th seed. That's all I know. That's literally all I know.
This is not a sympathy award.
Well, last time I checked, Willis, the best player on the best team deserves MVP recognition. In your words, do they or do they not? Do they or do they not?
So when the Celtics don't finish as the 1 seed, is it going to be a better yet, since we're on this topic, if they are the 1 seed, right, and they match up against the
don't start.
If they match up against the Nets and get bounced again in 4 or 5.
Just because they don't make the finals does not mean he's not a superstar or something. No, it doesn't. No,
but Mike, according to your words, since Tatum is a superstar, if he get bounced in 4 or 5 in the first round, is this held accountable to him? Being a 1st seed getting swept by the 8th seed, would that be an issue?
Okay, so can I use context?
Oh, so now you want to use context?
Can I use context?
Lord have
mercy. Are we gonna act like the team that's the 8th seed now weren't missing their second best player for like 60 games? Are we gonna act like the team that's the 8th seed now didn't have the Bucks down 0-2 and blowout and 2 blowouts in a row, and the Bucks went on to win a championship last year? Are we gonna act we're just gonna act like this is just a regular 8th seed? That's what we're gonna do.
They're 8th seed.
We're gonna act like this 8th seed didn't have the Bucks up 2-0 last year in dominating fashion. That's what we're gonna act like.
I don't know. A lot of teams had the Bucks 0-2 up last year, and we saw what happened, Mike. We saw the Suns do it too, and they're a contender back-to-back years. They about to go to the finals in back-to-back years and have the Bucks up 0-2. And what did Giannis do?
This isn't about.
That's all I know,
dude. You're trying to downplay the Nets, and you're doing it to discredit Tatum. You're trying to downplay the Nets.
All I'm asking is that if he gets bounced in the first round in 4 or 5 games, I think that's the icing on the cake that he's not a superstar yet. Because I don't know a superstar
what if he gets bounced in 4 games, but he averages 34, 8 and 5 or something like that? Then what?
I guess you just wasn't enough like Dame last year. You just ain't enough. You should have did more. Superstars find a way, Michael.
It's not bad. So then he's discredited. Then he's discredited. If he has 33, 8,
yes,
5.
it's going on his resume. He got bounced in the first round as a 1 seed.
But you're trying to act like the Nets wouldn't be the 1st seed if they were healthy all year.
Matter of fact, talking about health, was the Celtics healthy all year? Hey, we want to give them.
Jaylen Brown was missing some games earlier in the season.
We want to give him. I don't understand, why does he deserve MVP recognition off of the sole fact that he went from an 11th seed playing ass to playing how he's supposed to play as a 1 seed. Maybe if you could do this all year, we wouldn't have a problem calling him a superstar. Superstars do this shit day in and day out, year in and year out. When's the last time we saw Giannis take a break?
Have you not been seeing what the Celtics have been doing to teams? Have you not been seeing?
I've been seeing it.
Have you not?
They destroyed the number one offense. They've been blowing the brakes off teams. Yes,
have you
yes,
not
they have.
been seeing what they've been doing? You have.
Yes.
They're not winning.
Yes,
they're
Tatum
killing teams.
Tatum is one of the worst clutch players in the league. Yes,
Tatum is one of the worst clutch players in the league. What are you talking about?
It's a joke because he's never in clutch situations. Because they're always blowing teams out. They've blown everybody out.
Yeah, because they blew out the Jazz the other day by like 30. I think they blew out the Nuggets a week ago or so. They blew out did they blow out the Warriors? I don't think they blew out the Warriors. Oh, they probably blew out
Robert Williams injured now, isn't he?
Oh yeah. So if they lose, then if they win, then he's a superstar. But if they lose, then it doesn't matter because he didn't have his center.
Get the fuck out of here. Al Horford's been playing great. You're full of shit. Full of shit, bro. Let me see.
Robert Williams isn't a big piece?
Bro, they have multiple great defenders, bro.
I forgot they had.
I'll say Brian.
I forgot
they got what? Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford. I will keep on. Is it Brian Forbes? No, he plays for
the Spurs.
Is it Brian Forbes?
Brent Forbes. Don't he play for the Spurs?
No, somebody got traded from the Spurs to the Nuggets and the Celtics.
Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White. Derek White's a great defender. They got a bunch of great defenders, bro. Robert Williams is going to be missed, though. I'm looking at it now. They beat the Timberwolves by 22 yesterday. They beat the Jazz by almost... They beat the Jazz by 20. They beat the Thunder by 9. They beat the Nuggets by 20. They beat the Kings by 30. They beat the Warriors by 32. They lost to the Mavericks. Beat the Pistons by 11. Beat the Hornets by 14. Beat the Nets by 6. Beat Memphis by 15. Hawks by 20. Pacers by 20. So, yeah, they've been blowing teams out.
Let's not be surprised if I'm telling you, bro. You don't want to say it, but I'm not surprised if they make the championship and not only make it but win it.
Stop saying that, man. Stop, because you're setting him up. You're setting him up to underachieve, like how you did LeBron last year in the playoffs. You are setting this man up to fail.
I'm telling you, it can happen.
They're not beating the Bucks. They're not beating the Nets, and they're not beating Miami.
I'm telling you. It can happen.
I think Miami and Boston might go 7. I think Miami and Philly might go 7 too.
It can happen. They can get to the finals and will not only get there but win. I'm telling you. It can happen.
You think that Jason Tatum would win a ring this year?
It's very possible. Very likely. Yes. Very likely.
It's not happening, bro.
Okay. We're going to see, man.
Giannis about to go back-to-back.
For you to even say that they're not a contender, can you just admit it right here, right now? Hold on, Marco. Right here, right now.
What?
Please say it.
What do you want me to say?
The Celtics are legit. Just please say it.
What do you mean by legit? They're a good team, yeah. They're gonna be a tough out, but no.
They're past the tough out stage. They're in the stage where they're not a tough out. They're going to be playing teams that is a tough out. Now, Brooklyn is the tough out now. The Boston is past that tough out stage. The Cavs.
But Brooklyn isn't?
Huh?
But Brooklyn isn't?
No, they are a tough out. I don't want to face Brooklyn, but that's what I would call a tough out. Boston isn't a tough out. They're literally the 1 seed. How could you say they're a tough out? Oh, that's so...
The Jazz was a 1 seed yet last year, and you heard what you said about them. So I don't see many differences between the Jazz last year and the Celtics this year.
You don't.
A good regular season team that comes up short.
Well, let's see.
Every single year.
One's been to the conference. One's been to the conference finals.
They lost, Mike. I don't care. They lost. They lost.
Twice in the last 4 years?
They lost multiple years. And the years in between, they also lost.
Well, last year they didn't have Jaylen Brown.
Like, bro, it's been ever since Kyrie. When did Kyrie leave Cleveland? 2017. This is now 5 years where we said it's the Celtics year. It's the Celtics year. The Celtics, they're going to do it this year, and they've done nothing but fall. Conference finals, fall. All they do is fall and lose. So how many times are we going to?
Nobody was saying that.
Yes, it was. Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Gordon Hayward.
That's the only year.
They did it with Kemba too.
No.
They finally got an all-star point guard that isn't drama in the locker room. They're going to do it this year, and they lost. Kemba got then next year. Oh, it was just an off year for Kemba. We should see him. Jason Tatum was going to get better, and which he did, but Kemba got worse, and they lost. So we're doing it again this year. As they started off as an 11th seed, got back to the first seed, just to do what they've done the last 4 years. Lose. It's an every single year thing.
You're downplaying the fact that they got to the conference finals.
Maybe I just understand as a Bucks fan because we actually win, but do you don't get tired of losing every year? Like year after year after year after year after year? It took Giannis like 3 years to get there. 3-4 years, but he took that step. So in year 5, Giannis ring 1.
Okay, well let's see. The Celtics were hurt last year. He played an injured Trae Young in Game 6. That was. Oh my God! Are we going to ignore the fact that in the closeout game, Giannis didn't even play?
He was hurt.
Ignore that.
He was hurt.
Imagine what would happen if LeBron James was in the Western Conference Finals game and they were up 3-2 and they won without him. Do you know how? Dude, I don't think we hold Giannis accountable.
I mean, it depends on who he was going against. I mean, what seed was the fucking Hawks last year?
I don't think we hold Giannis accountable for that, Willis.
What was the Hawks seed last year? Let me see. The Hawks was the 5th seed, and Trae Young was injured too. He was injured.
I don't think we hold him accountable for that.
Because you should know something about this with the Lake. You're a LeBron fan, so you're used to seeing 5th seeds being hurt. But when Giannis goes against a 5th seed that's hurt, it's an issue.
All I know is if LeBron got past the Western Conference Finals without even playing, or any other superstar, Joel Embiid, Luka, Steph, there's no way he's not getting trashed for it. No way. But because it's your favorite player, Giannis,
Young was hurt though. Maybe if Trae Young was healthy, but Trae Young was hurt. Was Trae not hurt?
They closed out a game without him. You're supposed to be the guy.
Maybe the Hawks is just overrated. I mean, they are like a 10th seed this year. Same team. Same healthy team that is a 10th seed. So, is it that bad that the champs close out a 10th seed?
Supposed to be the guy, bro.
A 10th seed whose best player is injured?
Supposed to be the guy, bro.
A 10th seed whose best player is injured.
Supposed to be the guy, bro. That's all I know, bro. If it was anybody else, bro, you would have a field day with it.
Yes, I would, but their best player was out and they're not a 10th seed. I'm pretty sure that, oh wow, you said something about that Philadelphia team beating them even if Ben was hurt and they lost with Ben. So just because your man's of Joel Embiid came up short, don't try and hold my Bucks team accountable for it because Trae was hurt. Joel can't even get it done in Game 7 when fucking Trae shot 5 for 23.
Well, Ben Simmons literally passed up an open layup in a crucial moment of the game that turned.
So Joel Embiid isn't accountable to anything. It's just all Ben's fault, despite the fourth quarter misses and blunders.
I mean, it's like
going 0 for 12 and a half.
I mean, it's like 80-20 or something like that.
Lord have mercy.
It's nowhere near like 50-50, if that's what you're trying to say.
It's like 60-40. It's
like
60-40.
80-20.
No, it's not.
It's
what other MVP candidate 2 years back to back can go 0 for 12 and a half and it's not his fault?
It's 80.
Blow a 23-point lead. Throw a 16-point lead.
It's 80-20.
Mikey didn't make a shot in the half of a playoff game.
It's 80-20.
If Ben Simmons did not do what Ben Simmons did, we would have murked him. This Ben Simmons shit just hid all that Joel Embiid did, and I hate this shit. I hate it.
It's 80-20, bro.
Because when Giannis fell short against the Raptors in 2019, and Chris Middleton averaged 13 points per game on under 40% efficiency, it's Giannis' fault. Giannis got boxed. I don't want to hear about a Ibaka or Marc Gasol or Kawhi Leonard. Giannis, the man, the future of the ring, the king, got boxed. But when it's Joel Embiid, it's okay.
Wait. But that's not the same at all.
How is it not the same?
Because one situation, Giannis played horrible. The other situation, Embiid played great and just missed out on a few fourth quarters. And got
a few fourth quarters.
Well, yeah. I mean, he still had great overall games. Giannis had horrible overall games.
I think we all I miss Ben Simmons. Is it just me, man? Ben Simmons used to put in work.
You don't want to say he was going to average 29 and 7 on a playoff team.
That was you. That was you. I said he was a top 20 player when he comes back healthy, though. And it definitely is. So Kevin Durant may as well win this ring this season while it can still mean something. Because next year when Ben Simmons comes back and they're wrecking everybody in the East, I don't want to hear shit about KD being anything.
Oh my God. He just can't win with
you. We've seen Kyrie.
He just can't win with you. He has no... Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, just answer this. How much of a chance does he have to be in your top 10?
If everything goes right, like no injuries from this point forward, I say it's 50-50. I mean, like if he goes on to, like, bro, let's be real. Brooklyn has a real chance to three-peat before he goes on to the. That's like their max. Their ceiling right now is a three-peat, and that's if age or what's the fucking saying? Father time doesn't cruise KD. No other team can get as good as what Brooklyn is right now, logically, except for maybe Philly. And who's their options? Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Do you think a Bradley Beal, Harden, and Embiid can compete with Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons? His prime is approaching, and a Kevin Durant. Kyrie has looked great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still don't got him better than Trae Young, but this is now back-to-back seasons where he's averaged 28 plus points on amazing efficiency. Back-to-back years. It didn't matter that he didn't play all these games. Still came back, gave you 28 to 29 points a game. Still gave it to you. So yeah, he got a chance. I mean, his rings aren't going to be worth as much as it is, this year if he wins than it is the next 2 years if Ben is back and healthy. But at the same time, who's the last person you've seen get 5 rings?
All right, there. Later. Yeah.
We haven't seen it since Tim Duncan. KD has a real shot. 4 of those rings would be on very overpowered teams. Yes, they would, but you can't deny 5 rings as with him being the best player on all of those teams, being top 2 in the league at that point, probably 12 years, 13 years. You wouldn't be able to deny that. Still bullshit, though, that he getting his rings off fluke shit. Because these are situations that other people would star in. Put like LeBron on those.
Like who?
On those teams he's winning. Jordan, anybody else on a top 10 list that we're going to have to take off for him to get on, they would do just as good, if not better, on those teams.
Okay, so, but why does that make him not top 10? Just because they could do the same thing?
It's no level of difficulty of what he's doing. His supporting cast is all-time great. Bro, if Ben Simmons came back and averaged 20, 10, and 7 with DPOY defense.
I'm letting you know right now. There's no way he does that. There's absolutely. I'm just letting you know right. I'm letting you know right now. There's no absolute way he does that.
There's a case scenario where KD starts taking games off for his age, for his health. He's been injured every year the last 3 years, and the Nets are still a top 2 seed with Kyrie not even being 30 and Ben Simmons being 25.
There's no.
You don't think that Ben Simmons being 25 years old can come back the same, if not better?
No way he's gonna average 20 points, 10 rebounds, and whatever you just said. There is absolutely
20, 10, and 7. You don't think so in a regular season?
There is absolutely.
The spacing is going to be amazing on that team. We got Kyrie, KD, Seth Curry, Pat. What's his name? San Antonio. It keeps blinking. Patrick, Davis, whoever the fuck it is. Bro, the spacing is there. Goran Dragic, everybody, everything is aligning.
I mean, maybe like 15 at max.
You're disrespectful as fuck. There's no interior, bro. There's no interior presence. Interior presence. No more Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons is the paint.
What could happen?
So if Ben Simmons is averaging 20, let's just be safe here, 27 and 7, and DPOY plus a Kyrie Irving who would be 3 years in a row averaging over 28 points a game, a former leading scorer coming off your bench who was in the finals 2 years ago being the leading scorer on that team. That's what are we saying here? That's not elite support cast. We begged LeBron to get that when he was in Cleveland. I begged for years for Giannis to get something like that. What are we talking about here?
All the greats have great teams.
Not like that.
All the greats have great teams.
Outside of Bird, Magic, and Jordan, and LeBron James, that is 4. Who else has?
Tim Duncan.
Hakeem then, and Tim Duncan, yes, that's 5.
Kobe.
So what about the other 5 there?
Kobe.
I don't. The more I think about him, bro, I don't feel bad about the people that don't got him as top 10.
You're tripping.
He's in my top 10, definitely. He's like top 7, top 8. But the more I think about it, bro.
You're tripping, bro. You're tripping.
He got just as many rings being the best player as Kawhi Leonard.
You said what?
He has just as many rings. Well, no, that's not true. Damn. Even still, bro, 2 rings as your team's best player. Is that really that hard to beat?
Bro, why do you do this as your team's best player shit? Like, what?
Because you're supposed to get punched as a sidekick?
Make or break. Like.
Are we gonna treat our side bitches the same as we're gonna treat our main girls?
What?
They can be just as bad. Are we treating them the same?
Dude, how does that even? What are you talking about?
We're not gonna treat a sidekick we're not gonna give Chris Middleton props or as much props as Giannis. I'm not doing it.
Well, why not?
You're not gonna give props when you're playing with the most dominant player ever in his most dominant years.
Well, why wouldn't we give Chris Middleton the same amount of? He closes games for Giannis because Giannis can't. He actually got them to the finals because Giannis was hurt. He hit big shot after big shot. 40-point game in Game 3 of the finals to start their comeback. Why wouldn't we give Chris Middleton the most like Giannis, huh? Well, that's all I know.
He's not the best player on the team, and remotely he's not. He wasn't even an All-Star last year.
He wasn't
an All-Star.
He's an All-Star caliber player. He's an All-Star.
He's one of the only players to ever do that, win a ring without another All-Star on his team. Kevin Durant could never.
He's an All-Star caliber player, though.
Has Kevin Durant even been in the finals without another All-Star on his team?
He's an All-Star caliber player.
You make it with Russ and James Harden. You make it with a 73-9 team. I'm gonna just call him that because that's what it is. And you might make it again with Kyrie Irving being a top 5 talent ever. We all can acknowledge and agree to that. Top 5, top 3 skilled ever, and a Ben Simmons in the beginning of.
Stop saying Ben Simmons. Stop saying Ben Simmons. Just stop saying Ben. Stop trying to plug him in there. Stop trying to plug him in there. Like he's just stop. Just stop.
So if he's back next year and healthy and good, it doesn't matter. It's fuck Ben Simmons. Fuck the man now is the Batman to a number 1 seed for 3+ years.
He has to show me. He has to show me something. Before we just say, and Ben Simmons, he has to show me something. I'm sorry.
What do you need to see? He's a 1 seed DPOY candidate.
I'm sorry. You bummed out in the playoffs. He bummed out in the playoffs last year. Then he cried his way out of Philly. And now his back is hurting. And we haven't seen him play. I have to see more. I have to see more from him. I have to see more.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Ben Simmons until I see more. I have to. I haven't seen him play. Last time I seen him play, he sold. He sold.
What does him resignate here? The paint is open. He doesn't have to score. He's not dependent on the score at all. The pressure is off. No pressure at all. Paint open, no pressure, easy. He could get more assists. You could argue that it's easier to pass to Kevin Durant and Kyrie and get assists than Tobias Harris and fucking Joel Embiid. His stats are going to go up.
Better than Russ kills me. I hate you for that.
We're not starting.
He's not a better basketball player than Russell Westbrook. I swear he's not.
We're not about to start.
He's not a better basketball player than Russ. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I would take that to my grave. He has to show me.
Next year, when he comes back, 27-7 DPOY defense. That's not better than what Russ is.
You keep locking in this 27-7 DPOY defense like it's just a bona fide guarantee to happen.
You know when that said he was going to average 29-7.
You said that. You said dude.
One day we're gonna get famous, and people are gonna come back and pull up what you said about Ben Simmons. They're gonna do it.
Fine. I said it. There, I said it. Fine. I said it. I didn't think he was gonna end up on the Nets. I thought he was gonna go to the Kings or something, or the Pacers or something. I didn't think he was gonna be on the fucking Nets.
We thought he was gonna go to the Nets. Kings in that video.
Dude, you keep saying he's like 27-7. Like that's just a lock. Like he's just locked in to do that. You realize he's not locked in to do that, right?
No, he's not locked in, but minimum, he gonna match what he did last year, which is what 15, 7, and 7. He even did 15, 7, and 7 with DPOY defense. That's not nothing to say that KD had on his team. What other player has shown that he locks down people in the playoffs? That's what my problem with y'all is. Ben Simmons has locked up Jason Tatum in a playoff series. He's done it. We talked about this the year they went to the conference finals. His first conference finals appearance. His first conference finals appearance. What year is that? 2018.
A rookie.
But you can bring it up. Oh, that's one of it comes from him being in the Super Bowl. He's shown he's been there twice, and he also shown that he got locked by Ben Simmons. Well, he's locked.
He did.
Trae Young, 5 for 23 in a game 7, locked him.
He got there.
So it's a problem. We can't give him props for being the defensive player he is. That don't matter. So when he goes and locks up Giannis or James Harden or Joel Embiid, in which I swear to God I hope he does, or he locks up whoever's the best player in the finals if they make it, that won't matter.
Hey, I'm gonna let you know right now before you start this. If somehow he returns and they end up facing the Sixers anyway, possible, there's no way Steve Nash will be dumb enough to put him on Joel Embiid. I'm telling you this right now. So just get this 1 through 5 narrative out of your head. There's no absolute way he will put him on Joel Embiid. No way. It's not gonna happen.
I don't know, man. Ben seems pretty disciplined, and all that foul bait, it may not work.
Ben Simmons is 1 through 4. He's not 1 through 5. You're not putting him on Jokic or Embiid, and it's not going to be a mismatch.
Yeah, but he's guarded every other center in the league, except for those two.
You can't guard elite centers.
There's only 2. 3 if you consider Cat, but 2.
Okay, well if you can't guard elite centers, why should we say 1 through 5?
Because you're guarding centers. When you say guarding 1 through 5, you don't mean that they're guarding the most elite player ever. You just mean that they can guard 1 through 5. Joel Embiid is destroying whoever the fuck he's guarding. He's destroying centers.
Okay, that's true. Dude, okay, the point is, Ben Simmons, the last time we seen him play, he hasn't got better. He's shown that he's gonna either stay stable or decline. That's what he's known to show. Can we agree on that? Can we at least agree on that? He's looking to stay stable or decline. That's what he showed in his past 4 years. Can we agree?
Yes, he's been the same player.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. He's peaked his rookie year, and from then he went downhill or stayed stable.
It can't just be situational, though. Is that not possible? The paint's going to be open. He doesn't have to share the paint with Joel Embiid. You don't think there's going to be
something to get a jump shot? Why aren't you working to get a jump shot? Why has it been 4 years?
No.
That's lazy. Why don't you want to get a jump shot? You're a fucking
guard. My issue is
you're a point guard in 2022. You need a jump shot. There's no way around it. You need a jumper. You need a jumper. You need a jump shot. You need a jump shot, Ben Simmons. Get a jump shot.
Yes, he does need a jump shot.
What? What was that?
It's an issue when he does this to get to Brooklyn. But when James Harden was doing this, it was no issue at all. I think that you got a vendetta against him because he got what he wanted.
That's not the same at all. I hate when you do this. I hate when you do it.
You got a vendetta against him because he did what he had to do to get what he wanted. That's what you got. Just say it. Just say you got the vendetta. Just say you got a vendetta against him.
I do. I thought that was a known thing. I do. Yes. I hate if Ben Simmons, you're watching, what you did was soft. SOFT soft. What you did was soft. You sold Philly out. You cried your way out of Philly, and you went to Brooklyn. And now you're not even playing for Brooklyn.
Should he have gained weight and made problems in the locker room? Should he just gain 20 pounds? And
gain weight? Why do y'all just say that? He didn't.
You don't see the difference.
He didn't gain weight to get out of there, dude. He didn't. And he didn't.
So he just gained.
Why do y'all think he caused locker room problems? He didn't cause locker room problems.
Mike, when he was on the Rockets, DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall both openly said, and PJ Tucker, who was also upset, openly said that they don't think it's fair that he's throwing his fucking teammates under the bus because he ain't get what he want. Who the fuck is James Harden?
How did he throw the Rockets under the bus?
This roster just isn't good enough to compete. I said I want us to be traded. This roster just not. Who the fuck are you? You don't know what it takes.
It's not. If
that's not disrespectful.
Well, PJ Tucker, if you feel some certain type of way about that, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, get better. It's that simple. Get in the gym and get better.
PJ's a champion. That's what PJ is, a champion.
Well, yeah, because he was playing with Giannis. Well,
who is it? It's just like, and then when he leaves the Brooklyn locker room, we got people like Bruce Brown coming out. Oh, Bruce Brown. Well, this locker room, the locker room has never been this good since after the trade deadline.
Bruce Brown. Like I care what Bruce Brown says. Bruce Brown.
Who the fuck are you?
I care what Bruce Brown says.
You think you're on the same level as Bruce Brown?
I care what Bruce Brown says.
Hey, so your word is just as good as Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown probably averages 5 more points than I do. You think I care about what Bruce Brown?
You're disrespectful as fuck, bro. You're disrespectful.
Bruce Brown probably averages 5 more points than I do. And then last year he gonna say we all know what would happen if we were healthy. Like I don't know what's up with these role players and thinking they just can open their mouth. And Patrick Beverly and all these role players just thinking they can open your mouth, but no, this is a superstar-driven league.
They're NBA players just like your superstar-driven
league. This is a superstar-driven league. If you're a role player, play your role, sit down.
So they can't talk?
No. You have no platform. No one's going to listen. No one cares. You're wasting your breath. Just play your role. Just play your role. Just play your role. Draymond talking about, if I had a Finals MVP, I would be top 75. There's no way I would be lifted. Who are you, Draymond? Have you ever had his 20 points?
Did you have a great 2017 series or 2016 series?
And they lost. They blew a 3-1 lead. We don't. Last time I checked, we don't.
Because of injuries, right?
We don't award leaders. We don't award.
He had an amazing series, but you was a part of the camp probably that said, LeBron should have got the MVP in 2018, even though he lost. He played phenomenal. No one has averaged a 33-point triple-double in finals history. Never done before. We should give LeBron James this MVP as a loser. There's been one person to do that shit. One person.
He averaged a 30-point triple-double. Don't compare it.
It's been one person.
A 30-point triple-double.
One person to do it as a loser, and that was what? Jerry fucking West. Only person that deserves it. Let's look at what Draymond averaged. What was that? 2016?
I'm sorry, it's not the same.
2016 finals box score. You're just disrespectful as fuck, bro. It's for no reason to Draymond. You get these vendettas against players and you just drag them to the ground like they're worthless pieces of shit.
Not the guy that he thinks he is.
The Warriors would not be where they were without Draymond.
It's because of people like you. It's because of people like you that overrate these role players and give them a voice. Like Rudy Gobert.
Because he was arguing with fucking Draymond Rudy Gobert about it was the EuroLeague.
No, he didn't say anything.
Draymond said something along the lines of these people and other. He said he was talking about Australia. Rudy Gobert knows he's French. He was talking about people. Yeah, he was talking about France. He was talking about people. He said that they like to talk a lot of shit, but they don't play like this in our league or something.
He was talking about
and
France.
Rudy Gobert said, "I don't talk shit. I'm just competitive." Who the fuck are you to call him out for? He's playing for his country. He don't give a fuck about the National Basketball Association. He's not from here. In the 2016 finals, Draymond averaged 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 40 minutes per game. On 49, 41, and 79 shooting.
Oh my God, that's so
Game 7. What do you have game 7? Let me see. Game 7.
He's not that guy, man.
Draymond shot 73% from the field, 75% from 3. He shot 6 for 8 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, had 32 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists. And what is this boy Steph Curry doing? I hate seeing this. 32% in a finals game? In a game 7? No, it just wasn't him. His splash bro too. We all said was going to come back and beat something.
Yeah, say thank you to Steph Curry. You were probably what?
Who? He had 6. He went 6 for 8.
Didn't he hit 8 threes that game?
Steph Curry, I hate how people try to say he's 11 over KD too. I understand best player of this dynasty, but no finals MVPs. He's routinely fucking disappeared in the finals. I don't know why we act like this shit doesn't happen. Maybe KD wouldn't have came if he could simply make some fucking shots. You take 20 shots and you're the unanimous MVP and you make fucking 6?
Wait. This narrative that Steph Curry doesn't perform
Game
well in the
6.
finals because he
Took
doesn't
20
have a
shots
MVP
and
is
made
horrible.
8.
Steph Curry is a hooper when the lights come on, man. That's a horrible. He had a bad series. He had one bad series.
Game 5. 8 for fucking 21.
What about the year before when they won? He played. That
is 3 games shooting under 40% in a row. I don't know how we ignore this shit, bro. Because if it was somebody else we consider top 12, we chew them the fuck alive. That's all I'm saying.
That's one series.
You said what year? 20 what? 15?
That's one series.
Draymond was right. He deserves some more respect.
The year they won, he played real good.
If it wasn't for Draymond, he probably wouldn't even been up 3-1.
No, he doesn't. He gets enough respect.
You think they still going to the finals without Draymond?
That's so crazy. The fact that you say that is so crazy. You think they still going to the playoffs without Steph?
If we just take him off the team, no, because Klay Thompson is washed.
There's no way Draymond Green is taking the team to the playoffs.
What is you feeling like? You don't know that.
There's no way Draymond Green is taking the team to the playoffs as the best player.
Wow, Steph Curry, 3 from 11
Absolutely
for 3.
zero
Closeout game. Game 6 against Cleveland. Shot 42%, but 3 for 11 from 3 in a closeout game seemed pretty much, but who was there to save the day per usual? Oh, that's the finals fucking MVP. 25 points on what? What is this? 45% shooting, the finals MVP. It seems like the finals MVP came to save Steph when he came up short per usual.
What about the game where they were down? Look at the game 4 when they were down 2-1. Is that not a big game? Is that not a big game? If they lose that game, they go down 3-1, and that's on the road. I think he had a
22 points is the big game. This might be the wrong game though. Yeah, this is game 4. He had 22 points. Andre Iguodala also had 22 points. Shot 8 for 17, 47%. Pretty mid, I guess. Decent game. Next game they won. What Curry do? Yeah, this was that game after we was start making that noise about fucking Matthew Dellavedova clamping him up. He dropped 37. But okay, it's one finals game versus like 8 of them doing bad.
An important game. If you lose that game, you're going to be facing elimination. Is that not important? Is a game?
I'm not saying it's not, but it doesn't
excuse
everything else he's done though. Like,
say it. Yes or no? He's had other great games and great finals.
Game was his game 2.
You can make a case in
2015.
18.
5 for fucking 23? 5 for 23. Mike, he didn't even drop 20.
Look at the whole series.
Shot 13. You shot 15 threes as the greatest three-point shooter ever and made 2. Lord have mercy.
Can we look at the totality of the series?
What do you average that series? Let me see.
Totality.
I will put it on the screen if my computer wasn't lagging. He averaged 26, 6, and 5 on 44, 39, and 89 splits. He still have stinkers though. Does that not happen?
Hoops in the finals, bro. You can't.
I don't know. I haven't seen Giannis have a stinker even after coming back injured. That must just be some Jordan.
Everybody's had stinkers. You can't say that.
Finals, MVPs, DPOYs.
I mean, well, he's literally running to the paint. He's running to the paint.
It's not as easy to just get people that's bigger than him to put their hands up.
There's no excuse to have a stinker. I'm sorry, but it's no excuse, man.
So it's no excuse for Giannis to have stinkers. But everybody else, it's okay because they aren't predominantly running to the rim like LeBron did in 2011.
No.
Because last time I checked, his shot wasn't flowing that good when he first got to Miami, and he didn't do shit but see this is why I like to talk about skill. Me and Kyle was arguing about this. Is LeBron really that skilled? Like playmaker, yeah. It takes skill to read defense. It takes a lot of skill to read defense. I'll give you that. But outside of that, what skill does he have? He doesn't have no
Playmaking
great
is
handle. Paul George is a better ball handler than him.
Well, he's an underrated. I think I would say he's a very underrated shot maker. He makes tough
LeBron's
shots.
first 13 years in the league, he did nothing but drive to the paint and pass when he saw
that little fadeaway. He does.
12.
13. That's a lot.
Same difference, right?
More like
9, 13.
8,
Isn't it all the same?
9. 13.
It was like 9 years. It was like 9 years though. He was shooting good. What? Then he went 2 MVPs with Miami.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's when he started hitting in Miami when he had won that first MVP. So yeah, about 8, 9 years. That's why I said that's when he started shooting for real. So like what, 8, 9 years?
He shot 40. He shot 40%.
Even then, what year is Giannis in? Like 8, 9?
Yeah.
Giannis is not. Why do you do this? He's not LeBron, bro. It didn't take him 10 years to win his first ring. I understand there's late bloomers like LeBron James, but Giannis just isn't that. He got more Michael in him than LeBron, you feel me?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't leave a team too if they gave me a closer and I didn't even have to close game. And they gave me
an all-star.
Defensive player of the year level point guard defense and averaged 20 points. Averaged 20 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds with a steal, and great efficiency. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't leave neither. I wouldn't leave. And a head coach that had.
Drew Holiday hasn't been an all-star since I was 12 years old. I'm about to be 20 in July. Will you stop this notion that he's something that he's not? Chris Middleton, yeah, plan B, I get it. Sidekick, he's the side bitch to every main bitch, I get it. But Drew Holiday. He's just another person who doesn't get any attention because he hides behind Giannis and Chris. So because he plays inconsistent and he saw it a lot in the playoffs. He had his good games against Atlanta, yeah, but that Nets series he played flat out horrible and we all ignored it. I've seen a lot of people lock up Chris Paul in the playoffs,
and he locked up Chris Paul the last few games.
He does.
Well, you told me Chris Paul was just this god who had so much impact on teams. But when I told you he was known as a playoff choker before that anomaly season,
how was that season an anomaly, bro?
And he's okay. I give it to him with the Suns. You told me he was just in the bag of chips. You told me he was top 15.
He is top 15.
That's what you said. Because wherever he go, he wins. You told me he was top 15. That's what you said.
He has one against legends, though, Mike. Some you like to discredit a lot.
I've seen a lot of people like
Kobe was a great legend. Manu was an underrated defensive player. I mean, they was out there. Russ in his prime, the Thunder in their primes, James Harden.
Now we're giving stars excuses because they're going against.
I didn't say it was a superstar.
The last time I checked, if you were a superstar,
I didn't say that he was a superstar because, quite frankly, he's not. I don't know what.
That's interesting.
You the one that said that Trey made it farther than him before. Trey made it.
Everybody played tough players. LeBron, Kevin Durant.
Trey beat Julius Randle, who you called a superstar. So I understand why you're trying to give him this praise that legends are legends. But me personally, I don't think Julius Randle was even an all-star. I think that's what you call an anomaly. Julius Randle is an anomaly. So he beat Julius Randle and the choke boys in Philly. Joel, no fourth quarter Embiid, and Ben, I don't want to shoot Simmons. That is equal to Chris Paul losing because he's either injured or facing Kobe, who's top 10, Tim Duncan, who's top 10, Kevin Durant may as well fucking be top 10 to you, Russ is a top 5 point guard to you, James Harden's a top 3 shooting guard ever to you. So what are we saying now? Is Julius Randle even top 300, top 1,000? Are our kids even gonna know who the fuck Julius Randle is? And at this point, the Knicks was the 4th seed.
Though. Everyone plays a.
He beat a.
It's the first round.
I'm just saying it's not the same. He went against legends
I'm saying,
and lost. It's similar to LeBron. Who did LeBron play his first? I don't want to say 7, but when he was in Miami, who did he play? Who did he play in the entire Eastern Conference? Okay,
He played the Bulls.
and then Boston Celtics, and
He
that's
played the
it.
reigning MVP, the Bulls, who won 60 games.
There's no other legendary teams or legends he's played. He beat the Pistons finally when Ben Wallace left.
mean
You want a
that's
cookie
it?
fat?
What about the Pacers?
You want a cookie? And I'm tired of this shit too. Can we stop acting like Paul George was some type of
No, not
gem
the Pistons.
when he was
Pacers,
in Indiana?
Pacers.
Can we stop acting like Paul George was just this some type of gem when he was in Indiana?
Wait, hold on.
Can we stop
What'd
it?
you say?
Great series, yeah. Roy Hibbert got him an All-Star game in or two. Danny Granger was straight. George Hill played pretty good. Lance Stevenson was good too. But can we stop acting like that? To me, that's another thing. Like, how is this? I know this is not a GOAT debate, but like, do you think you would have took Michael, Jeffrey, Jordan 7 games to beat Paul George when he's like 22? Roy Hibbert, George Hill, Lance Stevenson, or Roy Hibbert, who averaged like a point per game in the play. What are we saying here? It's the same case. Weak conferences. Stop holding players accountable for growing up in that hardcore West, because that's what Chris Paul did.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Injured Blazers per
Well, I don't know. The first
team under 6-6. I mean, the Nuggets. I mean, they did just have 3 game 7s, 3 game 7s in a row. That seems like a lot.
The first.
So what happened the next 3 years now, Mike?
Time he got in the West,
2 years.
His a real season. I don't know. He won a championship. Okay, let's see. The next year they were favored by a lot of people to go back to back, and then their second best player got injured, and you even say now that healthy I don't know about the Suns. They're facing an injury riddled West. Healthy, can they really beat a healthy Lakers? So stop it. What else? Okay, the year after that, what's that? Is that now? That's now. Yeah, that's now. Okay,
so you don't think that this same LeBron James would be in the playoffs right now if it was the Eastern Conference in 2000 fucking what? I'm gonna go 2004 to 2017 or 18. You don't think he's making the playoffs being a fucking scoring leader? And I can't wait. I cannot wait till the offseason when we talk about this scoring title he might get and he doesn't make the playoffs. I can't wait. I want to see what y'all say next. That's what I want to see. But back to the question: do you think? What do you mean? It doesn't matter. He didn't win anything when he got the scoring title.
What could you say?
Why the fuck would that matter? He's not in the playoffs.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? It does matter.
I don't give a fuck if he was 45. He's not in the playoffs, Mike. He did it, and he's not. You couldn't be a top 8 seed. You couldn't be a top 8 seed. It matters, but like it's not going to be what y'all use it to be like. I'm tired of seeing this every single time. Yes, we get time don't affect LeBron, but why do I have to see it every single game he plays? Like, why do I have to see a bunch of GOAT comments and a bunch of he's only 37 and a bunch of this is his 19th year and a bunch of his kids about to be grown and he's still. I'm tired of seeing it, Michael. I'm tired. Me personally, it's draining. It's stressful. It's draining because he's losing. Like, why the fuck are we posting his stats after they blow a 23-point lead to the Pelicans? Why are we posting his stats when he's losing to the fucking Thunder? Why are we posting his stats? He's going to fucking overtime with the Houston Rockets, whose best player is fucking Jalen Green. Why do we give a fuck? Why do we care? Why do we care? He's losing. Most winningest player, 10 finals in a row player, that's what y'all tell me. Has the bar dropped that low for a player that went to the finals 10 years in a row, Mike, that we care that he gets a scoring title when he's not in the playoffs? You know, and you tell me this. You say I'm wishy-washy and I want my cake to eat it too. Y'all want your cake and y'all want to eat it too. On one side, he's 37. He's not even supposed to be where he is. And y'all still want to give him praise. But when we talk about them missing the playoffs, oh, well, he is 37. I mean, he can't carry like how he used to. Y'all can't have cake and eat it too.
He can't. Why would you expect
The man that's all calling to go for doing what he's doing in year 19. So if you want to call him to go, take it all the way to the playoffs. Oh shit, he's gonna be just like me and you, not there. I'm tired of it. You all want cake and to eat it too. 37 scoring title, great, but don't not criticize him for not making the playoffs or losing in the first round. 3 out of his now 4 years in Los Angeles. In the 1 year, you like to talk about anomalies. That ring is an anomaly because I haven't seen anything since. I haven't seen it. Me personally, I haven't. Have you seen it? Is it just my eyes? Do I need glasses? Do I need glasses? Because since that anomaly where we went to the bubble and him and AD got their 3-month health hiatus, I've seen nothing. So why does this matter? What happened to the days where LeBron would scuff? He would snark. He wouldn't give a fuck about a scoring title. He was going for MVPs. Now we're going to take. You want me to take my do-rag off for a 37-year-old taking LeBron James with a team that ain't going to get better no time soon for winning a scoring title? He want a cookie for that? I'm tired of this whole. He went to the West and finally won a ring, so now y'all don't have. No, we do have shit to talk about. Because if he's still a top 5 player, why don't we give him top 5 player expectations? What other top 5 player ain't in the playoffs, Mike? None of them. Y'all want cake and ice cream, and y'all don't want to have to go get it. Y'all don't want to. Y'all want it, and y'all want to eat it. It's not fair. It's not fair. Because when Jordan's in year 19 and he misses the playoffs, oh, Jordan would never. Kareem couldn't do it. Kobe couldn't do it. Karl couldn't do it. Larry Bird fucking was in a retirement home by then. Magic had AIDS. Y'all want to praise him. You don't think that's not fair that we're not going to say anything about a top 5 player not being in the playoffs? Stop it!
I mean, the fact that he's even top 5 in year 19 is crazy. Is it not? Is it not? I mean, the fact that we're even saying that he's universally
all
a
he
top
has
5
is
player
longevity. It's not even like
almost 2 decades.
Yes, we get it. It's just a matter. The whole GO conversation is a matter. Would you like a flame that's 95% lit for 12 years, or a flame that's 90% lit for 20? It's really just that.
I think I'd take the 90% for 20.
I don't even know if it's ever been a top 5 player to be healthy majority of the season and miss the playoffs. That should be a fucking record.
Really?
He was hurt. Well, his team was hurt.
Steph Curry missed the playoffs last season.
Oh my god! Here we go with this. If he is what y'all tell me, then it shouldn't matter.
AD isn't hurt.
He should be in a nursing home. That's where he should be.
Why should he have to lift a team without his second best player?
I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired of this whole LeBron narrative shit. I am tired of seeing that he's 37 doing this, that, and the third. What we gonna do? I'm tired. No, it's not. Okay, he's 37 doing great things, but can we? So there's no expectation for him for age. But when it comes to like the GOAT conversation, what he does matter. If he goes on a winning ring at 38, 39, and fucking 40, you want that. But if he come up short, it's okay because he's not. He's in year 20.
Yeah. Well, you can't ignore the fact that he's.
But if he came up, but if he did ask, we wouldn't give a fuck. I don't like this cake and ice cream. I'm wishy-washy. No, y'all are wishy-washy. Wishy-washy. So this is a win-win situation. LeBron goes on to miss the playoffs, scoring title.
I'm not doing it.
It's still a plus. He's 37 doing these amazing things, but he doesn't make the playoffs. It's also okay. It's a plus. You did your thing for 19 or 18 years. You deserve this. Cake and ice cream. You want me to put people in lose situations? Y'all put him in a win-win situation. You're not going to do it. So I can do that for Giannis?
I'm not doing it.
When his teammates come up short and they lose, can we say that it's his teammates' fault?
Do what for Giannis?
Yes.
When his teammates come up short? But see, that's the thing I don't think you never could like come to grips with. I don't blame. Okay.
Yeah.
In those other, who did they lose to before getting to the final? They lost to Celtics, Raptors, and etc. In those series, he played
all
bad.
he does is drive to the
So
paint.
what does his teammates playing bad have to do with him?
Doesn't that mean you need your teammates to at least hit their fucking shots?
Oh.
Who the hell are you to tell a back-to-back MVP to work on this? Who are you?
Maybe you wouldn't need your teammates.
Yeah, he does. He actually does.
Hey, he doesn't need his teammates
because when we don't see him with them teammates, he got as many rings as me.
He does.
When them teammates, no, I've never seen Kevin Durant in the finals without teammates. I haven't seen it. I've seen LeBron do it. I've seen Giannis do it without an All-Star, but I haven't seen this. Man, we gotta end this, bro.
Just stop that BS narrative.
20 minutes over.
Just stop it, please.
I'm supposed to leave at 6.
We gotta end it, bro.
All right, man, y'all. This was a great podcast, man. Go check out our TikTok, man. We got an Elite Hoop Talk podcast TikTok. Look that up, Elite Hoop Talks podcast on TikTok, and we'll pop up, man. If you want shorter clips of us, man, you can check me out at EGF Hoops /EGF Ron. Check out, where can we find you, Mikey?
Find me at Mikey.
Man, we're gonna be back next week with another bang. We're gonna be 1 week away from the playoffs, man. 1 week away. We're gonna look at some predictions. We're gonna talk about some predictions. What we think. Hopefully, the seeding will be more stable because everybody in the East is 1 game apart. Everybody in the West is basically 1 game apart, besides the Suns. This should be fun. So check us out there, man. Love y'all more than I love myself. You got anything else to say, Mikey? Man, we out. Peace.
Nah, man, I'm out, man. Stay up, y'all.